Hey up pilgrims, welcome to sunny Spain. Here's another guitar build. Let's do it. It's a tele style from Gear for Music, Guitar Works Gear for Music. The idea for this one is for it to be actually homage to Joe Strummer's Esquire, although this isn't an Esquire because it's clearly got the neck pickup as part of the build. Those who know, it's a white guitar with a big black stripe down it, and at some point I might put some stickers on. This kit, well, it was a gift actually from the wife a few Christmas ago, back when we were still in England. It was always the idea to bring it over, be a project to do over here in Spain. So anyway, let's get on with it. What I have decided though is to actually change a few things on it. So one of the things I'm going to change is I'm actually going to add these Geiger machine heads, which are locking tuners. Never used locking tuners before. I've got a couple of roller string trees in here. I've been watching a guy called Paul Richards, Millhouse Studios, who builds guitars, fluffs guitars up, and has done the odd kit. So I'm going to try and see if I can put some of the things I've learnt from him into practice. So I'm going to get the neck spot on, frets levelled and all that. Clearly it's just a slab headstock, so I'm going to have to cut that in. And I think the body, although it's a nice chunk of wood, I kind of think I want it smooth. So I'm going to probably put some grain filler on. Anyway, I know everything's in here because I've had it out of the box before now, but just for the sake of the video, everything's in there. There's obviously strings, they're not going on. And those tuners aren't going on. But everything's there, and it's no solder. So it just connects up. Should be pretty straightforward. Have a look for instructions. So really what I need to do now is just go away and prep the body up. I think I'll put some grain filler in, make it solid, and see how it goes. So next time I see this, I should have at least shaped the headstock and painted the body, and then we'll get to work on the neck. Okay, bye. Here we have the headstock. As you can see, I've drawn out the kind of shape I want. It's all freehand, no templates used, as you can see. Here's the body, and I've got the filler in it. Basically want to try and get it as smooth as possible, but this isn't a skill set of mine. So here it is sanded, ready to take the paint. I've got it hung up one side of the garden, but it's a bit windy around here and the paint's going to go everywhere. So I'm going to paint it underneath my workbench. Right, so it's got a yellow base coat. I've done the headstock. You see it's now shaped and painted, and that's ready to go. And now I've got to paint the layers of white onto the body. Back of the neck, shaped the headstock, painted the headstock, applied some decals, and now I'm going to do the machine heads, the tuners. Now, this is the bag of electronics that comes with it and all the bits and bobs. So, these are the machine heads that come with it. Now, I don't know what these are like. What I do know is the first guitar I built, or a kit I built. The machine heads were rubbish, and the little screws that came with it to fit for it, they just sheared off. They don't feel too bad and they don't feel too good. However, I'm not going to use them. I've made the decision before I'd even looked at them. So they might be alright, so I'll keep them for spares or something. What I am going to use is some machine heads from Geiger. These are locking machine heads. Now the difference is, these have got 2 lugs as opposed to 1 screw. They feel a lot better. I can't remember how much they were, too expensive. So what I've had to do is, this headstock was drilled for to take the original ones, which I've now filled. Still see slight marks where those screw holes were, but nothing too major could get covered. But what I've had to do is I've had to drill some 2.5mm holes to take the lugs. So let's go and we'll fit this and see how it goes, eh? I got the last one. Really could have probably used a socket, but can't find it. So we use this tool. Comes in most kits you can get, you know, like maintenance repair kits for guitar, Amazon I suppose, or anything like that. It does the job. That's simple. There you go. So we've got one. There we go. Nice locking tuners. Never used locking tuners before, see how they go. I've heard some stories about them snapping and what have you. But irrespective, they should be better tuners and more stable than the ones that came with it. The only other thing I'm going to do is, I will be putting these on. I'm not putting them on yet. But I'm not, basically, I mean, to be fair, in the guitar kit, you get everything you need. However, I'm going to use these roller trees, but I'm not going to put them on until I've got strings on, so I know exactly where to put them. Don't know where I got them from, but they're roller trees. So anyway, yeah. Time to start putting it together, I think. It took ages to paint. I still think I need to learn a bit more, but it's kind of what I wanted. So what I'm going to do now is put on the shielding, which is a bit boring really, isn't it? But anyway, so I'm going to shield in there, and in there. I'll come back when I've finished, I think. So all the shielding is done. And now to start fitting the hardware. I'll put these panels in the back. So we're now going to do the jack socket. I find it, which is here. It's connected. So luckily it can only go one way, so we can't get that wrong, can we? Probably should have probably got I don't know, a more reputable one, I suppose. Oh. Well, it's in. Oh. £10, 1 centimetre, that's that. It's this bit. I'm going to pull the wires through from the pickups. So I've got the neck pickup pulled through, and this is the bridge pickup, still sealed. We'll sort the height and everything out a little bit later. Right, now I just want to get it through. Yeah. See if we just push it through that. Like I thought, there's other shit in there. Right. So now we've got neck pickup, bridge pickup, output. So it looks like we've got neck, bridge, output and earth. And luckily they only fit one way, so you can't get them the wrong way round. It's a lot easier than soldering, I'll tell you that. But if they're any good, let's be seen. Well, perhaps feel okay, I suppose. That. I'll just tape it down with a bit of copper tape. Main reason to stop it moving when I'm fitting everything together. So let me screw all these in and then we'll come back to it. See, it's all wired in now. You'll get a signal like that. Yeah. So we know it's connect wired. Alright, now let's put the neck on. Okay, so that's the neck on. So it's not quite as wide because obviously we've got a neck pickup, but it's from a kit anyway, isn't it? So it don't really matter. Obviously it's inspired by a not actual thing. So yep, just needs setting up now and stringing, and then we'll see how she sounds. There we go. Yep. So it's straight at the moment, but when I put the strings on, I'll have to do it again, obviously, and then adjust accordingly. Check for rockers. Small amount of rocking in, but it's give it a tap. That's a little bit. This one here, so this one, the brass hammer. Yep. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be, given that it's a kit guitar. So they all seem to be pretty well seated. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to use this. If you ever watched Paul at my old studios when he builds guitars, if you haven't, I recommend it. I'll put a link below. But we use this to polish these, so you can see, or maybe you can't see, I don't know. Just see there's a groove, okay, which sits over the fret. What grip we're going to go with? We'll go with this one here. Just want to polish it, so. Okay, so I polished the frets with the fertilizer. Might do a little bit on fertilizer another day, because yeah, it brings the frets up really nice with the different sort of papers it's got. Now I'm going to condition the board with this F1 oil. I've got lemon oil, but I don't know, you read all sorts of different things, you read different things on the internet, and this one seems to be highly recommended, so I've used it on my other guitar, so I might as well put it on this. We'll come back when it's done. Okay, leave that soak in, and then the next job is to put the strings on, and then I'm going to put some string trees on. Set them out. I don't think what I've got one from. Can't remember, but people recommend roller trees instead of those like T-shaped things. So there we go. Should be quite straightforward, but I'm not going to know exactly where to put them on the head until I've got the strings on and I can get the right position. Okay. I didn't like the saddles that the kit came with. Tried and fitted and put strings on, didn't like them. Sent off for some Geica brass saddles, and why not? So I'm going to change them before we string it down. I've restrung it. I think they look alright. I suppose proof of the pudding's in the eating, as they say. So let's go and let's Let's go and have a go at it. I've got it running through the Marshall, so it's all put together. I've got the volume fully up. It's on the bridge pickup, tones fully up. So, put the EQ on. So I'll just boost in the middles a bit, take the low end down a bit. I'm going to put the not a clone on to give it some more drive. Neck pickup, not a clone, equaliser, that's it, and the Marshall. Put a bit of delay on it.